Bitcoin ETFs. A lot of people chomping out the bits. I've covered ETFs for a long time. A lot of issuers are waiting. What criteria do you need to start a Bitcoin ETF? We now have a fairly well-developed futures Bitcoin market that's been out 6 months now. Are you pleased with how that is going? Is the development of that market sufficient to allow Bitcoin ETFs, or are there other criteria?
So Bob, our Division of Investment Management has put out and been very clear with the industry about the types of things that we're going to need in any asset class if we're going to approve a product. And one of those things is, is the pricing something that people can rely on? Also, asset verification. And our communication to the marketplace on this has been very clear. I'm very pleased with my colleagues at the SEC because I think we're very open about what we need for you to satisfy our rules.
Well, you sent a long letter out a few months ago that was widely quoted in the industry that contained an awful lot of question marks, implying you have a very high hurdle to overcome, you who want a Bitcoin ETFs to satisfy us at the SEC. Expound on that.
Those hurdles are the hurdles that we think a Main Street investor expects if they're going to invest in a product. I understand that there's a great deal of discussion about these crypto assets, but again, we're not going to relax our rules based on the level of discussion. We need to know that the pricing is certain. We need to know that the assets are there. We need to know that it's going to function as our retail investors would expect those products to function.
I would note that you've just recently appointed a crypto czar. My apologies to Valerie, but that's what she's going to be called from now on. Is that a...
Once again, I don't think he's been really clear, but I'm not worried about this crypto ETF issue because Goldman Sachs is getting involved. And at the end of the day, like I said, if you've watched this previous interview, he doesn't really answer questions. And I do believe the main reason why they don't want to be clear with regulations is because they want certain people, and once again, I might be conspiracy, whatever, but I really feel like there's big banks that they make money, they have monopolies, correct? I mean, if you want an IPO, if you want to take your company public, you literally have to go through like Merrill Lynch, Goldman Sachs, these investment banks. They're a cartel, they take their fees, they make a lot of money off of companies that want to go public. And I believe, and like I said, I could be totally wrong, please provide your comments and what you guys think, but I do really believe that the US government and the SEC chair does not want to make a clear delineation on cryptocurrencies for ETFs to be set up because they have certain entities or certain banks that they would like to have control of these ETFs. And I believe it's either Goldman or one of the big boys that has the political influence to basically put in the politicians that then put in this SEC chairman. Now, I could be totally wrong. Like I said, I'm not against it, but I think that they've had enough time now to figure out the issues with custodianship, and I believe the reason why they're making it slow and they're making it difficult is because they want to pick winners of who gets to do this, because obviously whoever opens up the crypto ETFs, they're going to make a lot of money on management fees, and certain people got elected to office and now have power to control who gets that or gets to be the first mover in the market. And I really do believe that's what's holding back the SEC, not to like make sure investors are protected. I think it's complete bogus BS, but I mean, he is kind of right. So we'll wait and see, but literally, I mean, this news right here where he's saying he's waiting for this stuff to be done. I really do feel like because you got a big boy like Goldman and some other investment banks that are going to be in the crypto space, it's going to happen. And I still strongly believe that within the next 6 months, it will happen. And when it does, that's when we have our second run up of cryptocurrency assets. So let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you guys soon.